Okay, let's make sure this is... Okay, autofocus is turned off. That's good. That is good. Cool. Alright. Let's see, I changed my lighting a little bit. Let me get my chat up. I do not have that up currently. Oh, I have to log in. Sure, I guess. What even is my Twitch password? You'd think I would know. Oh, I have to get my phone for my authenticator app. Okay, I cannot read anything that you're saying. So just hold on. Okay, alright, one moment here while I get this set up. Ouch. Let's see here, what do I have? Yeah. Oh. Boom, 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 boom. Submit. And we are logged in. I also forgot to change my title. So, okay, that should be changed now. Update password. I think my password's okay for right now. I don't know why this is, seems like it's shaped a little different here. Let's move you over. Okay, I don't really like that. Do that, I guess. Alright. Alright, there we go. That should be okay. Title is correct. Okay, well. Hello, hello, and welcome. We're going to give it about 6 more minutes, because I usually wait till the 10-minute point before I actually start to read. Let me see if I can... There we go. We got our focus here. Let's see. Focus is at 20 currently. Is there a way to like adjust it ever so slightly? Because that brings it out of focus, and then we want to bring it into focus. I guess that looks okay. Okay. Hey, Ecto Cooler. How does that look? The focus look good? I think so. I turn low light compensation off. Does that make any difference? No, I don't think it matters much. Alright. Alright, I think that's good for the zoomed out for now. And then let's see, and just make sure when we zoom in that it's still in focus. I think it looks pretty good. It's not too bad. Alright. Cool. How you doing, Ecto Cooler? What's up? How fare thee? Let's see. Do I have anything cool to show off before we get started? I don't know. This is kind of neat, I guess. I don't know, you might find this interesting. I use this as my desktop wallpaper and screensaver for my 486 for Windows 3.1. It's pretty cool. It's Event Horizons by Bob Eggleton. 22 images, screensaver and wallpaper on a 3.5-inch diskette. And this is some of the artwork here. We can even zoom in here, and you can see. Inside, you'll find our screensaver and wallpaper for Windows, plus 22 breathtaking color images and more than a dozen screensaver special effects, compatible with After Dark, and images from Microsoft Scenes. Profits from the sale of this product are contributed to the Nature Conservatory, a nonprofit organization dedicated to protecting plants and animals by preserving the lands and waters they need to survive. Requires Windows 3.1 or later and 4 megabytes of memory. 256 color VGA recommended. 1993 to 94. Second Nature Software Incorporated. All rights reserved. Yeah, I use this on my 486 for Windows. It's pretty cool. It shows up a different image every time you log in. So every time you start up Windows, you have a different background. And actually, I think for the screensaver, I have it just set to be the flying through space one. But yeah, it's pretty cool art. It's supposed to be like what is that? Like a black hole or something? I guess it's not really a black hole because it's got a bright center, but it's like sucking in the sun there. It's kind of wild. And then you're on this like rocky, barren planet here. Anyway, I'm doing okay. Doing fine, I guess. Whoa, that's a big crack open. Alright, let's see if this thing's any good. This is a Celsius. I don't know if I can even show it now because I opened it, but Celsius Sparkling Strawberry Guava. I've never had strawberry guava. My brother left it here, so I was going to drink it. Well, that's an interesting flavor. I don't know if I like it. I guess I don't hate it. Yeah, it's okay. Oh yeah, this is really cool too. Let's see if it comes out easily. Oh, well, there, it's out now. It's a painting someone did. It says 85 on there. It's like just a little watercolor painting someone did of a guy with a Rush t-shirt playing guitar. He's cracking open a cold one. Yeah. Yeah, I found this at a thrift store. It's kind of neat. Let's just have this on my wall here next to me. See if I can get it back on there. Come on, get in there. Oh, that didn't work. Oh no, now the nail is bent. Oh gosh. That. Oh crap. All right, there we go. There we go. That's good. That's good. All right. What are we at? We're at 9 minutes? Okay. Okay. Oh, what the hell? Oh, those are wild cards. There's Yar's Revenge for the Atari. What the hell is this? Oh, these just fell off my shelf. What do we got here? We got Moros, Monster Ally Risen Rogue. We've got the Big Bad Wolf. Sorry, let's move these over. Monster Ally Worgen Warrior and the Wrath of Ages. Ability Beast Mastery for hunters. Yeah. It's the old WoW trading card game. How you doing, Late Guts? What are you up to today? What else we got? We got Yu-Gi-Oh cards. We got the Silent Magician. I don't know what that is. We got Spell Twine. There's some magic. Vivid Creek. Immersturm Skullcairn. Whatever that is. Port of Carful. Thriving Bluff, Thornwood Falls, and a Grass Energy from 99. Oh, this is actually base set. Looks like Shadowless, because it actually says 99 on it. So that would have been the first release after first edition. A pretty early Grass Energy there. Oh, and what's this? What's this? Oh, that's cool. Look at that. Skarmory. Japanese foil Neo Genesis. Pretty cool, shiny. And a Shadowless Nidoran. Wow. Pretty cool. See, there's no shadow on the border there. And it also has a kind of a lighter printing, but you can tell for sure because at the bottom it'll say with the copyright date 98, 99. The ones that came after it don't say 99, they just say 98 and then nothing, or then the later releases will say 2000. So for some reason they removed the 99 from the bottom there, so if you're ever unsure, there's a few different ways to tell. Maybe I should do a Pokemon like card stream someday and just talk about Pokemon cards. That could be fun. I don't know. Alright, so we're at about 12 minutes. We should get started here, I guess. Whew. Oh boy. As you can see, I finally got the Ghost Rider in the mail. That was preventing me from continuing Ghost Rider the past couple weeks. I guess it could have just continued. I don't know. I feel like I should read them in order. So I should be prepared for the next little while. There's a series where Ghost Rider was part of like a team. I should probably order the set of those. I think it's only like 100, 150 for like the full run. I want to say it's like 30 issues maybe. But yeah, I don't actually have the entire Ghost Rider set currently. I'm kind of buying it as we go. But I do have a good chunk of it. Oh yeah, so we'll start off with Star Wars, which I do have the full run of. Although, oh, let me show you something cool I just got. It's kind of neat. 1 second, let me go grab it. I didn't even realize this was a series. So back in '86, they came out with the Droids comic series based on the TV show. It was a short-lived cartoon that lasted like maybe 10 episodes or something. It was actually pretty cool. And C-3PO was voiced by what's his name? Is it Anthony Daniels? That doesn't sound right. Who's the actor who's C-3PO? I'll look it up just real quick so I'm correct. Make sure I get it right. C-3PO actor, and it is Anthony Daniels. Okay, I was right. I should just trust myself. But yeah, it's Anthony Daniels voiced C-3PO in the cartoon, which is really cool. He always voices C-3PO. Like every chance he gets, he's always like, "Yes, I will be C-3PO for you." So that's awesome. But yeah, there's a whole freaking Droids. Lasted I think 6 issues. So while I have the entire main Star Wars run, I didn't even realize there was this whole like spin-off Droid series. And there's an Ewok series as well. So I want to try to collect those. And we'll probably read those after we eventually finish Star Wars. Should be fun. Should be fun. But yeah, I got this at an auction. I won it for like $15. It was surprisingly cheap. It's an 8.5, whatever. But it probably costs more than that to get graded It's got a Care Bears ad on it. Like, I almost just want to open this up just so I could just have a copy to read. It was so cheap. But, yeah, whatever. I'll probably just leave it in the slab for now. Just ate pizza, pretty much it. Thinner text. Yes, there's thinner text on the HP. Yep. Talk about Magic and play Magic or Pokemon. Yeah, that could be fun. What's my day job? I buy and sell stuff through an antique mall, primarily. I sell a lot through a local antique mall. I used to sell a lot on eBay. I haven't really done eBay lately, though. It's kind of a pain in the butt. I may have to reduce the amount of hours that I stream so I could, focus more on that, because streaming has been taking up a lot more of my time lately, so I don't know. I'll have to figure that out, but yeah. A lot of buying and selling, stuff like that. I sell a lot of toys, comics, games, books, movies, all kinds of stuff like that at the antique mall. A lot of the tapes that I play, I'll keep like the good ones or particular like special ones that I want to replay again. But a lot of the times after I play it, I'll just price it and put it in the antique mall. But yeah, here we go. Here's Star Wars, number 26. We're already at 26. It's going by so quick. At least it feels that way. I don't know. I guess we've been doing it for a few months. Alright, so this is a direct edition, you can tell, because there's a line printed through the barcode. The newsstand editions did not have a line on the barcode, and I believe it was only the direct editions that had the diamond. You don't quote me on that because I'm not 100% sure, but I think the diamond pricing was particularly just on the direct editions. So the difference between direct edition and newsstand, if you don't know, direct edition would have been done through a comic store or through a mailed subscription, because you're buying it direct from Marvel. The newsstand editions would have been sold at a newsstand or like some kind of a store, like perhaps a convenience store, maybe like a 7-Eleven or something. Those would have had the probably the newsstand editions, which just have a little bit of different format. Sometimes they have a different color even on the printing. Like I have had some issues where I've kept both the direct and the newsstand edition because the colors will just be completely different. Like, I don't know, the background might be green on the direct edition, and then the background might be blue on the newsstand edition. It's just kind of weird variance between them. But the newsstand editions tend to be more rare in higher conditions, because the direct editions, was more by collectors or people who are dedicated to collecting that particular book, comics, whatever in general. And the newsstand editions generally were sold to people who are just like passing by, or just like kids in a grocery store, or something like that, maybe. So the newsstand editions, if they're in high grade, they tend to go for a bit more. I kind of like the look of, in this particular era, I kind of like the look of the newsstand editions. I guess a little bit more. I'm not super fond of the diamond price tag in the corner, and just having the line through the barcode is not particularly appealing to me. But, it's whatever. It really doesn't matter that much. How do you price guide? How do you price guide? What do you mean? You're asking Discord? Okay. Sure, I'll respond later. Anyway, yeah, let's let's read here. So we got another Battlestar Galactica ad. I read this one last time. It's the same ad. Long ago, in a galaxy far, far away, there exists a state of cosmic civil war. A brave alliance of underground freedom fighters has challenged the tyranny and oppression of the awesome Galactic Empire. This is their story. Put this over here. Stan Lee presents Star Wars, the greatest space fantasy of all. Let's zoom in here. Continuing the saga begun in the film by George Lucas, released by 20th Century Fox. Archie Goodwin, writer-editor. Okay, so we still have Archie Goodwin as the writer here. Carmen Infantino and Bob Wyacek as artists. I think they said that Carmen Infantino did the penciling and Bob Wyacek did the inking. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. John Costanza as letterer. Petra Goldberg, colorist. That's a hell of a job, the colorist. A few weeks ago, we in the Discord, we kind of went into a bit of how the coloring worked on comics back in the day, and it's quite a process. Jim Shooter, consulting editor. Homecoming! A not-so-funny thing happened to Luke, Leia, and the droids returning to the Yavin system. They discovered Imperial raiders in Alliance territory, and got discovered themselves. It's no use! Our communicator's out. One engine's gone and our shields are failing. Even the Force couldn't save us now. Doom Mission! Star Wars is published by Marvel Comics Group, James E. Galton, President, Stan Lee, Publisher. Office of Publication 575, Madison Avenue, New York, New York. I always thought it was kind of funny how DC Comics and Marvel Comics, both stationed in New York, at least at this time. Eventually, DC would move out to Los Angeles, I believe. But different streets, but they both had the address of 575. Just kind of an odd coincidence there. Published monthly, copyright 1979. The advertising and editorial material, pages 4, 8, 9, 12, 13, 16, 17, 18, 20, 24, 25, 28, 29, 31, and 32 only. Those are all advertising pages. It's a good chunk of the book, I guess. So this is August 1979, number 21. Spaceballs, the lunchbox. Yeah, yeah. Here, let me just pull out here to show you what I mean. There is an old Batman here. But this one is, what does it say? It says 575 Lexington Avenue, New York, New York. Yeah, 575 Lexington Avenue was DC Comics. And Marvel Comics was on, where was it? 575 Madison Avenue, New York, New York. It's just kind of weird. They both had the same number, but different streets in the same city. What kind of printer do you think they used for this comic book? Oh, it's, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know what kind of printer. These were, gosh, how did they? It was done in a similar process to newspapers, though. Because, I mean, this is all, like, newsprint paper, very, very similar, it's like the same exact method, I believe. But a little bit more complicated with all the colors. Yeah, offset printing. Yeah, yeah. Hey, Il Bravo and Irish Gordo. Doom Mission! Yeah. Alright, how's the focus on this? Does it look okay? I think so. I could try to fiddle with it a little bit if you would like it to maybe look a little better, but let's see. So we have camera control here, and then we go to focus. What if I change you to like 25? That looks worse, right? Oh no, that didn't change anything. What am I doing? I wish there was like a... Can I... Oh, there we go. Okay, that's clearer. That's less clear. Okay. Yeah, I think that's okay. That's okay. Alright. I might be able to dial it in a little bit better, but hopefully that's adequate for you guys. Why haven't I said anything about being doomed as I usually do? Because Master Luke already seems to be saying it, and somehow it sounds far more convincing from him. Luke, we're not that far from our base on the fourth moon. There must be some trick we can pull. I've used them all to get us this far, but shooting like that sure helps. How'd a girl from a planet with no weapons get so good with them? Promise to get us out of here, Flyboy, and I'll tell you. Too late, Princess. This bucket of bolts just took one hit more than even Jorman Thode would claim it could handle. The dealer in used StarCraft who traded the ship to them last issue. You and the droids get into the escape pod. I'll try to draw those two scavengers off so you can... Luke! X-Wing fighters! It's a rebel reconnaissance patrol! It's more than that. It's a miracle. There goes the second TIE ship. Looks like he's going to crash on that moon. R2, 3PO. If you keep the flames at bay a little longer, we might make it after all. And under X-Wing escort, the little ship fights its way into the atmosphere of Yavin's fourth moon. Where at the Massassi ruins, a rough landing and a warm greeting wait. Princess, we'd given you and Luke Skywalker up as lost. Since the Imperial blockade of this sector, communication has been spotty and... We've brought news, General Dodonna, but I'm afraid it isn't good. Mr. Freeze, pull float. $6 value, only $2.99, plus 50 cents postage. And words, Mr. Freeze, cut from any package of Mr. Freeze Pops. Great fun and action with your giant Freeze pool float. Ride it, race it, float on it. Just pick up a package of tasty Mr. Freeze Pops and assorted fruit flavors and get your Mr. Freeze pool float at this special price. More out of summer from Mr. Freeze. Tough, heavy duty vinyl. Heavy doodle vinyl? Giant 6-foot length. Giant sailplane. Huge 4.5-foot wingspan. $5.95 value. Only $3.99 and one Whopper wrapper. Sail it, loop it, tow it along on a string. A whopping big deal from Whoppers, the crunchy malted milk candy with rich cocoa coating. Buy Whoppers and fly a whopper of a sailplane. Solid polystyrene construction, tough, lightweight, tail adjusts for looping, soaring, or distance flights. Sleek sailplane design, glides for long distances. You can always tell a Whopper when you hear one crunch. Not much has been since the Empire started hitting us in almost daily raids, Your Highness. And despite stepped-up patrols like the one that found you, their hidden base remains a secret. Perhaps not, General. And swiftly. These are blow-ups from the photo recorder unit of my macro binoculars. Here's what Luke and I found on the far side of Yavin. Also, last issue. That's a House of Tag mining explorer. But those aren't spice probes it's sending down into Yavin's troposphere. They're TIE fighters, probably replacements for any Empire ships you've destroyed. They'll be blind in there, helpless. Yavin's made up of nothing but gases. Ships can't operate amid them because storms and atmospheric interference jam all instruments. See? There's a storm building under the ties. They're finished. Keep watching, gentlemen. That storm swirled the gases into a cyclonic funnel with a calm eye at its center, and that eye became a corridor for the ties to travel down. Dun, dun, dun. They've sunk some kind of space station into Yavin's troposphere, one that can create that storm corridor. And provide a base from which to continually strike at us. Not as spectacular as the Death Star, Commander Willard, but nearly as insidious in the long run. Well, we cracked the Death Star, General Dodonna. There must be a way to find and destroy this thing. We had the plans to the Death Star, Skywalker. We could lose every T-65 we possess. Just trying to find the station in that poisonous soup which makes up Yavin's atmosphere. But those TIEs find it, return to it every raid, sir. Our ships are great, but they don't have House of Tag technology. Their family industries employ thousands of scientists on hundreds of worlds. One of them must have come up with a signal system strong enough to... Luke, where are you going? One of those TIE fighters that attacked us went down instead of being vaporized. If it had some signal unit like the General figures, the thing may still be intact. Somebody get R2-D2 up in this baby droid socket. Before anyone can get over their surprise enough to protest, Luke is into the skies and on his way to one of many lesser ornaments in Yavin's bright necklace of moons, made distinctive by another kind of ornamentation. Daweet Freet! I mark it, R2, and it looks in better shape than I expected. But there is danger in that, for if the fighter is intact, the pilot may be as well. Hoped my own outfit might come looking for me before the rebels. But as long as I'm forced to use the remote destruct, at least I'm taking an enemy with me. There, on the main panel, R2, none of the manuals I've studied indicate a unit like that in a TIE ship. No, R2, not there! I said the main panel! Why are you ripping out wiring when... R2, that's a proton charge detonator! For dip! Blasted little droid, broke the transmission! R2! Vdow! What does it smell like? Does it smell like an old closet mixed with mothballs, mixed with candy wrapper? It smells like newsprint. Yeah, it has a very similar smell to newspaper, like old newspaper. Although the ink is different from like it has a different smell from like a modern newspaper that you would read today. Or maybe they use different ink, I'm not sure. I think modern newspapers are printed with like, I don't know, computers or something. But, yeah, I don't know. Free $1 million cash. We buy and sell comic books. Marvel Comics Group checklist and price list. Over 100,000 comics in stock. Send $1 for complete list. Renegade Retro! Hey, yo! Thank you, Irish Gordo, for that sub to Renegade Retro. Dang. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. You are awesome. I appreciate it. Thank you. Irish Gordo! Oh, man. Thank you. Bubblegum cards, movie cards, Jaws 2, Grease, and others. Complete handpicked sets. Send 50 cents for a big list. I'm gonna have to send you a bubblegum card. Poems, wanted for musical setting. Comic Convention, biggest ever, May 26 to 28, Americana Hotel, 7th Avenue and 52nd, Manhattan. 1 million comics on sale. Meet Marvel artists and writers. Man, I wish I could go to that 1979 Comic Convention. That'd be so cool. Holy shit, thank you, Gordo. Yeah, thank you, Gordo. Thank you. Just getting out of work, having your first beer of the night. Oh, sweet. What kind of beer is it? Well, welcome in, everybody. An Atlas body in 7 days. Dynamic tension starts giving you results. You can feel and your friends will notice. Big useful muscles. Gain weight if needed. Lose pot belly. Send name and address for 32-page book. Free, Charles Atlas. Comic books for sale, 250,000 in stock. Complete Marvel and DC groups from 1935 to 1978. Also TV guides, art, mags, pulps, Doc Savage, Walt Disney, movie items, Shadow, etc. From 1900 to 1978. We also buy, send list with prices. Giant catalog, 75 cents. Howard M. Rogofsky. Our best movie projector shows both color and black and white films, Super 8 and 8mm. New Transformer permits operation from household current. Save on batteries, only $4.50. Luminous hooded screen at no extra charge. Miracle Film self-threader. Precision ground adjustable lenses. Rugged construction for long life. Stop action switch for frame-by-frame enjoyment. This deluxe Super 8 and 8mm home movie projector has many features you might expect to find only in projectors costing many times more. Battery operation affords complete portability. The optional transformer permits operation from regular household current and comes with its own hooded screen to let you see movies even in broad daylight. The built-in film threader takes the hassle out of starting up. It even has a stop-action switch to pinpoint scenes you especially want to enjoy. This rugged, long-lasting projector is only $16.98, batteries not included. Gordo, how many pints so far? The Adventures of Grit Boy. You guys go on without me. Boy, I sure could use some extra cash. Chris had a problem. Do what I did, son. Sell Grit. America's only national, full family newspaper. Grit is something for everybody. News, sports, recipes, patterns, fiction, hobbies, true human interest stories, comics, lots more. Many famous Americans sold Grit. Senators, astronauts, entertainers, successful businessmen. Grit practically sells itself to family, friends, neighbors. For every 35-cent paper sold, you keep 12 cents. You can earn $3, $5, even $12 a week in your spare time. Girls sell Grit, too. Earn prizes, too. 107 prizes to choose from. The more papers you sell, the better the prize. A few weeks later, hose for a double burger, my treat. When you build a Grit business, you build the habit of success. 1 in 1/4 million families buy Grit, and 30,000 boys and girls sell it. Send no money in advance. You pay only for the papers you sell. Waiting for it to hit boil, then I'll start the hop additions. Brewing beer, though? 0 pints deep. Ah, I see. Alright, let us continue our story. Rapow! R2! It is sometime later before the Y-Wing reappears at the Rebel base. Luke, we were getting frantic, did you? I found the gadget, Princess, but I had to remove it without R2's help. It took a lot more time. Without R2? Master Luke, you don't mean... Oh dear, it's like the Death Star battle all over again. Do you think it will take long to repair him, sir? I guess that depends, 3PO, on how much the Imperial blockade has affected supplies. Affected? With all the attacks, we're scraping bottom for everything, Skywalker. There's some working R2 units that could use his parts. I know you're fond of that little droid, but after all, it's... Don't tell me he's only a machine! Oh boy. Night, above the ruins, a lone figure stares at the silent stars, and is joined by another. Luke, it's very late. What have you been doing out here? Meditating. Trying to become more attuned to the Force. A lot of just plain thinking, too. You were missed at the meeting. Our technicians have studied that unit you brought back. A plan was developed for using it. Maybe if I'd had a plan before just jumping in that Y-Wing and taking off, R2 wouldn't be a candidate for the spare parts reserve. Stupid thing is I think I was just trying to make up for not completing my original mission, Princess. Back at Star Wars number 8. Other pilots were also sent to look for a safer base location, Luke. None of them even made it back. Every mission can't be a success. War just isn't that simple. It'll be a 0.5% ABV. Just about to ask what's brewing. Sober October beer. Hey, low ABV fizzy drinks are good. I like the Lagunitas hop water. Cali Sober October lull, since it's 0.5% ABV. Lagunitas hop water's delicious. It's like a hoppy Topo Chico. Mego's Superhero Dolls. These are all 8 inches in height, fully articulated with removable and washable costumes. Choose from Spider-Man, Hulk, Captain America, Green Goblin, Lizard, Iron Man, Thor, Falcon, Invisible Girl. The Invisible Girl, it's just an empty box. Mr. Fantastic, Conan, or from DC's collections, Superman, Batman, Robin, Green Arrow, Wonder Girl, Joker, Penguin, Supergirl, Batgirl, Catwoman, or Shazam, each $4.59. Tastes like a last word. Having a cherry sour ale aged on chartreuse and gin barrels. Interesting, okay. Or choose either Spider-Man or Hulk in our large 12.5-inch version, only $11.99. Mattel's Super Hot Wheels. Here they are, Marvel fans. Hot Wheels Marvel style. Choose from the Spidey car, the Hulkman, Captain America, Thor, Human Torch, or the Thing models. The price, any 2 for only $2.99. Super Yo-Yos by Duncan. Choose from the Hulk or Spider-Man models. Walk Hulk or go round the world with Spidey, plus gobs of other stunts, each $2.19. Spider-Man car, Captain America. Captain America. That's great. Each holds your favorite superhero, $6.95 each. Visit the new Heroes World. Colorado, Cinderella City, Cinder Alley, Englewood, Colorado, Georgia, Central Plaza Shopping Center, Rome, Georgia, Michigan, Applegate Square, Northwestern Highway, Southfield, Michigan, New York, Nassau Mall, Hempstead Turnpike, Levittown, New York, New Jersey, Livingston Mall, Livingston, New Jersey. Invading the Micronauts, alien creatures with brains that glow in the dark. Now, stage your own space war between Micronauts and these horrifying alien invaders from an unknown planet with giant brains that glow in the dark. There's Repto. He's half reptile, half human, with removable bat-like wings, plug-in laser saw and blaster. Membros. A scaly-skinned android. Comes with blaster and plug-in backpack, complete with extension pipe for his deadly Hydra laser. And Antron. This 6-limbed monster comes with plug-in tools and weapons for each of his 4 arms. Hook, eyebolt, neutralizer, and laser blast. The World of the Micronauts by Mego. 1979. Repto, trademark, yeah. Membros, trademark. Antron, trademark. They're all trademarked. Nor is it fair. There are missions from which men cannot possibly return, and yet we still send them. Often we send our best. General Dodonna, no, I thought Luke wouldn't have to. Anyone else in Skywalker's class is also a flight commander, Princess. Our less experienced pilots need such leadership. But you'll throw away the life of the man who destroyed the Death Star. If it can prolong the life of the Alliance, Your Highness. Yes. It's the kind of decision your father would have made, and given the time to reflect, so would you. Nobody seems to be asking me, but if you need a volunteer, General, I guess you've got him. How about showing me what I'm in for? Soon, in the vast stone chamber that houses the rebel fighters, a ship is readied. We've had this old hulk for years, used it to familiarize our pilots with enemy craft. Now it's outfitted with that tag signal device and enough proton charges to destroy a city. Unfortunately, when I destroy my target, I destroy whatever creates that storm corridor, the only way out of Yavin's gas atmosphere. I understand, General, and since waiting won't make it any easier, I'm ready to go now. The brains glow. They do. Luke climbs into the one-time Imperial craft and is towed outside. Moments later, he roars into the night sky above the 4th moon, racing toward whatever destiny waits on the far side of Yavin. May the Force be with you, boy. Now more than ever. Within the ancient ruins, another silently thinks what General Dodonna has put into words. She has not trusted herself to watch the actual launch. What kind of example would she be if a princess, senator, leader, and symbol of the Rebel Alliance showed that she cries? Meanwhile, in the other chambers, other vigils are kept. Now see where all your adventuring has gotten you, R2-D2? Even I don't have the components needed to fix you. Can't you even bleep, R2? Call me a carbon-scored crybaby? I won't be able to bear it if you're turned into spare parts. Whoa! Free Super Shot Vet! Incredible! Mark's Super Shots keep getting better. First, we've added 6 all-new models, the world's most famous and wanted cars. Secondly, we've made Super Shots even more authentically detailed for 1979. Third, Super Shots go faster, work better by making the power cord instantly retractable. And fourth, for limited time only, get this outrageous silver anniversary model Corvette Stingray free, just by sending Mark's proof that you purchased 2 of our new Super Shots. But hurry, you know how fast vets move. There's a Porsche Turbo, a Ferrari Boxer, a Datsun 2080Z, 280Z, Corvette Stingray, custom California van, and a 55 Heavy Chevy. Stan Lee proudly presents the most significant advance in comic books in a generation, a Weird World epic, Warriors of the Shadow Realm. Marvel Super Special 11, 12, and 13 on sale in June, July, and August. Lord Metroid, praise thee! Hello, Elagod. How fare thee? How you doing today? Such is the mood at the base on the mission. This is it, the area where Leia and I caught up with that House of Tag mining explorer. General Dodonna sent a flight in pursuit of it while I was out after the signal device, but the Tag ship had apparently already fled the area. No doubt it'll be back with another load of TIE fighters. It's up to me to make certain that when that happens, the base which uses them is gone. Praise be to Hatchling. Good, almost time to go home from work. Nice. Cool. That's good. Get anything cool lately? Luke's hand flicks a switch on a control panel module recently added to the salvaged fighter. According to our technos, this sends out a signal at higher, more powerful frequencies than anything we've got. So if it works, whoever's in that massive gas ought to be getting a fix on me right about now. Out of Yavin's dense atmosphere, a whirlwind reaches up, and Luke guides his TIE craft into its yawning maw. Are you disappointed at missing your favorite Marvel mags? Your benevolent bullpen doesn't want you to go Marvelous, so we've worked out the biggest, brightest bargain since Darth Vader took a 3-year lease on the Death Star. Sorry, we're all sold out. Life has no meaning without my latest Marvels. If you subscribe now to at least 2 of your frantic favorite superstars, you'll get absolutely free a fabulous Spider-Man marking pen, without which Tom Jefferson could never have written the Declaration of Independence. Now you can subscribe to your favorite Marvel mag for 1 year, 12 issues, and never risk missing another mag again. Been getting a lot of books for your $1 section. Oh, okay, cool. Down and down he plunges, riding the storm corridor toward the unknown, until suddenly, awesomely, his target looms in sight. It's some kind of giant turbine, stirring up the gases, creating its own storms, and that's the House of Tag ship moored to its side. Whoa, it's pretty cool art. And aboard the mining explorer, Baron Tag, the turbine station, reports a lone TIE fighter is approaching. It must be one of our lookout ships when they failed to return earlier. I felt certain the rebels were on to us. I still wonder if we should have retreated down into this murk, sir. If anything ever happened to the station... My station is a success, Shanks. We are safer hiding from the rebels here than desperately racing to make safe warping distance with Alliance fighters in hot pursuit. We'll go out with the next flight off to raid the rebel stronghold. It won't take many more such raids before that stronghold crumbles. Then, Shanks, the House of Tag shall hold the Emperor's favor, instead of that blasted wizard Darth Vader. I'll have sweet vengeance on the Dark Lord who cursed me to a lifetime of cyber vision and... Whoom! Baron, what? Luke Skywalker has just put one of his proton charges into the Turbine Station's TIE Fighter hangar, and kicking the small craft into an engine-straining full reverse, he swiftly unleashes his second charge. This station doesn't have the armament of even one trench of the Death Star, but in this soup it doesn't need it. Tracking instruments are useless. If I lose visual contact with a target, there's almost no chance of finding it again. So while I've got the turbine engine in sight, I'm giving it all I've got. Skinny, can't compete, win, gain pounds, inches, and confidence. Too skinny because you don't eat right? Weight On's calories can help fill out, shape your entire body. Vitamins, minerals, energy, nutrients too. Weight On works pleasantly and naturally. Users report gains of 5 to 10 to 15 pounds and more. Weight On at drugstores, liquid tablets, bars, tonic regulars, and super strengths. Shape a new you with Weight On. Live Seahorses, $3.98. Beginner's Kit. Includes 4 adults and up to 30 ponies from pregnant male. The Art of John Buscema, featuring all new artwork, photos, and interview. A must for true Marvelites. $3 plus $1 postage and handling. Giant gold and silver stamps. Bend iron bars. Old Marvel Comics cover price. I want old Marvel Comics at cover price. Man. Kryptonite rocks! Attention, friends of Superman! Do you really want to be a friend of Superman? Well, now you can. Alright, I read this last time. We'll just continue. But yeah, we looked up the Kryptonite rocks. You can actually buy them on eBay. I actually still have the tab open right here. You can get it. You can get one in the box for like $80 here, with $5 shipping. It's kind of neat. As General Dodonna said, the TIE carries enough proton charges to destroy a city. Baron Tag's creation may be bigger than that, but it is, in its way, more vulnerable. Engines, reactors, weapons, stores are in a more concentrated area, and once some start to blow, they all swiftly follow. Mang. And now Luke Skywalker's problems truly begin. Within instants, the explosive flare that marked the successful accomplishment of his mission fades, and he is alone. Alone, fighting to trim and keep together a ship refitted in haste, pushed beyond capability in desperation. Alone, lost without instruments, amid swirling, colliding gases that are the planet Yavin. Alone, no way to mark up or down, the path of salvation or destruction. Once again, real friends of Superman shouldn't just have kryptonite rocks. Right? You knew it would be this way when you volunteered, Skywalker. It's one of the reasons you volunteered. Vertigo sweeps Luke's body, disorientation. He lets instinct guide him. The ship seems to dive. Thanks to my father, to Ben Kenobi, I have a special gift. No one should have to die on a mission like this. When I've got it to use, only I haven't mastered it. Without a fix on up or down, the TIE ship could be doing anything. I needed Ben's voice to guide me on the Death Star. I used it almost accidentally against Darth Vader escaping the wheel. The mind deceives the body under these conditions, plays cruel tricks. But I've been meditating, expanding my feeling. I've used the ability in smaller tests, but this is the first time I've consciously planned to use it. Pull out, you fool. Every conscious thought screams. Pull out or die in the hard, frozen center of Yavin. I trust in what Ben taught me. I believe in the Force. And more. Alright, we'll read that in a minute. We'll come back to that. 2 big hits. Hostess cakes. Hostess makes a great double play. First, there's delicious golden sponge cake with fluffy creamed filling. That's Twinkies cakes for you. Then there's the moist Devil Foods cake, topped with chocolatey icing. That's Hostess cupcakes. What a winning combination. Free baseball cards. 150 Major League Baseball cards with lots of player facts. Find 3 full-color cards printed on specially marked boxes of Twinkies cakes, cupcakes, Suzy Q's, and other Hostess snacks. Available in most areas. Offer good as supplies last. Alright. I believe in myself, and the knowledge that he is alive, able to use this growing ability another day in the battle against the Empire. The small control he has established over the Force will not be easy to maintain. He will not always be able to summon it so readily. But a stride forward has been made, and shadows of the future cannot cloud Luke's exuberance as he reports into the Alliance base. A report that is intercepted by a ship that shouldn't exist. The young rebel pilot has no notion that we followed him out. You gave the order to cast off from the turbine station just in time, Baron Tagg. And Luke's reward for his faith is the starry safety of deep space. Oh, I think I missed that. Sorry, read that out of order. But yeah, Luke made it out. Ironic, this Skywalker actually saved us. Particularly so, since we only kept him in sight for the satisfaction of destroying him before we perished in those gases ourselves. But miraculously, he did the impossible, Shanks, and ruined my chances of showing up Darth Vader in the process. Someday I'll learn his secret, then do to Luke Skywalker worse than the Sith Lord did to me. Next issue, the attempt to restore R2-D2 may be doomed by the return of the Hunter. Dun dun dun! Alright. Okay, so let's read the bullpen bulletin here, and we'll get to the Star Wars. Sorry. The most important announcement of the year, Stan's Soapbox. Face front, frantic ones, this is it. I promised to clue you in about our top secret Project X, and far be it from me to hold out on the hallowed hordes of Marveldom assembled. But first, a little background. Remember how we've often discussed the fact that comic books are the most maligned members of the media world? For years, your Marvel bullpen has been trying to bring them recognition and acclaim they so richly deserve. We've longed to produce a comic book that would take the public by storm, a masterpiece to thrill our devotees and detractors alike. We're talking about a true work of art, a colossal collection of the finest in story and illustration, printed on superb paper with colors so vivid they're almost on fire. It would be a visual blast, a feast for the eyes, presenting the greatest talents from every nation on Earth as well as the most gifted legend makers Marvel has to offer. It would be higher priced, but still the bargain of the century. Okay, we're gonna do it. Even as I write these history-making words, the mightiest comic book bullpen of all time is excitedly preparing, perfecting, and producing the most unbelievably spectacular first issue of a fantasy comic book you've ever dreamed possible. You'll notice I keep calling it a comic book, for it is a comic book, but it's the ultimate comic book. The version we've been fated to bring you since Marvel began. Yes, this is the project for which Marvel was surely destined. The creation that will change the image of comic books for all time to come. The title? Odyssey. Remember it. Odyssey. A prolonged voyage, an intellectual or spiritual quest. Odyssey. A senses-staggering journey into the most dazzling worlds of unbridled imagination. Odyssey. Ah, awesome. Eye-filling explosion of high-tension excitement that'll leave you breathless. Odyssey. In case you haven't guessed, we're subtly suggesting that thou shalt not miss the first fabulous limited edition issue of, what's that name again? Oh yeah, Odyssey! Now look, you know I try to avoid too much huckstering in this cultural little column of mine, but this isn't an ordinary sales pitch. Honest, I wouldn't be fair to you if I didn't alert you to the most dynamically different magazine we've ever produced. The magazine, which is certain to be a new milestone in the history of comics. The most talked about, sought after publication of the decade. Hey, it's on the drawing board right now. We'll give you the final details next issue. Odyssey! Comics will never be the same again. Excelsior! Stan. Huh, okay. I have no idea what that is. Odyssey? Odyssey? I'm gonna look that up real quick. Let's go check that out. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. What can I... Boom. Okay. Alright, so let's look up... What is this? Odyssey... Odyssey #1? Is that what it is? It's 2001 Space Odyssey, but that's 1976. We're looking for Odyssey, be like 1979 or 1980, possibly. It's 2001 Space Odyssey. Odyssey Avatar? No. I don't even know what to look for with this. What is this? That's Superman. No. 1988. No. What even is this? Alright, let's see here. We got, so Odyssey 1979. Epic Illustrated. This magazine was initiated under editor Rick Marshall in 1979 under the title Odyssey. Is that what it is? Epic Illustrated? It's like a comic magazine? Maybe? Originally set to launch as an issue of Marvel Super Special, after Marshall learned of at least 7 other magazines titled Odyssey, the project was renamed Epic Illustrated and launched as a standalone series. Marshall was replaced by editor Archie Goodwin in September 1979, several months before the first issue was printed or published. And it lasted for 34 issues. It's like an anthology magazine? Huh. Due to its expensive nature to the company and low sales, the magazine was canceled with issue 34, leaving the last chapter of Galactus unpublished and the story unfinished. Byrne later revealed on his website that the conclusion would have seen a dying Galactus releasing his power, causing a new Big Bang and transforming his herald Nova into the Galactus of the next universe. Well... Interesting. Okay. Hello, Metalroid Hatchering. Hola, Zeph. What's up? Alright. Talk about your close calls. A few weeks ago, a boodle of bullpenners gathered at the home of Ramblin' Roger and Devilish Dickie McKenzie for coffee cups and cupcakes. As you might expect, everyone had a wild and crazy time, but the evening was very nearly marred by tragedy. The party was winding down when Marv Wolfman set out in his Pinto for his house in Flushing. He had only gone 20 or so blocks when suddenly his car was slammed from behind while making a turn. The poor Pinto was instantly twisted into a total wreck. Somehow, though, Marv emerged from the disaster shaken, but without serious injury, and miraculously, the other driver was also unhurt. We're all very happy that only the cars were crunched, but for Michelle Wolfman, Baby Jessica, all of us here at the bullpen, and Marv's trillion or so fans, it was a bit too close for comfort. What exactly are you talking about? Looking up something about Galactus being reborn like a phoenix, but as a new one? So the Stan's soapbox for this issue, he's talking about a new publication that he's like really overselling it, saying it's like going to be the comic thing of the decade. It's going to be the best comic thing. It's a milestone in comics. This new series that they're putting out called Odyssey. So I was looking that up, and Odyssey was apparently, its name was changed to Epic Illustrated because there were like 7 other magazines called Odyssey. It was a color comic book magazine, essentially, that lasted for 34 issues, and it got canceled before the last chapter of Galactus story was unpublished, and the story was unfinished, and the guy basically explained what would happen on a website much later. Yeah. Item! Speaking of Marvelous Marv, have we got a treat for you, Wolfmanites? Fantastic Four freaks and literature lovers, it's Doomsday, the novel, featuring an all-new epic starring the fabulous Fantastic Four. Written by, yep, our own Mr. Wolfman. Marv isn't talking much about what's inside the book, but whenever we ask him, he just puts on this big, smug, read-it-and-see grin. We've learned from past experiences not to doubt the significance of that grin, so we'd humbly advise you to buy a copy. And if you can bear to stop feasting your eyes on the gorgeous Bob Larkin cover painting, read it. After you're finished and your molecules have settled, get ready for another plunge into adventure with Captain America and his own novel entitled Holocaust for Hire. This stunning tale is by Joseph Silva, who did such a bang-up job on the first Hulk novel a while back, but Marv's involved in this one too, as one of the co-editors. That guy's everywhere. Should we mention that Dave Cockrum painted the cover? Or will that cause riots at the bookstores as his legions of fans fight over the last few copies? Oh well, just follow the crowd to wherever Simon & Schuster pocketbooks are sold and take a mere $1.75 with you for each novel, friends. And keep your guard up, will ya? We warned ya. So basically, if Galactus dies, it's supposed to cause a big bang, making a new Galactus and a new universe. Essentially, yeah. Every now and then, there comes a landmark in the ever-unfolding modern mythology that is Marvel Universe Marvel 2-in-1. Number 54 is one of them. The story is a powerful one, scripted by Ralph Macchio and Mark Grunwald, and the art by John Byrne and Joe Sinnott is superb. What separates this from other equally beautiful works, however, is that in this issue, a major Marvel character, a hero, dies. Do not miss it. Slipmad, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. We're becoming more and more impressed with the scripting of one Mary Jo Duffy, and from the mail we've read, you are too. That's not news unless you've been on Tierra del Fuego for the last 6 months. The news is that, with a little help from another rising star, Trevor Von Eden, a longtime superstar, Frank Springer, and a few other fabulous folks, MJ has concocted issue number 58 of Power Man and Iron Fist. And it's merely terrific. Wait till you meet El Aguila, the most sensational super foe to make the scene in ages. His name is Spanish, of course, and it means the eagle. A certain delightful artist is responsible for brainstorming, designing, and suggesting El Aguila to Mary Jo, and will give a no prize to the first 10 readers who recognize his distinctive approach and zip a postcard off to us correctly identifying him. Go to it, gang. Grab your copy before they're all gone. The 17th issue of Spider-Woman is on sale now, and it features a new character who, well, all we can say is, you don't know weird till you've seen the Wax Man. And while we're talking about new characters, we hasten to introduce the 2 newest characters in the bullpen, namely lovely Linda Florio, sparkling secretary, and rapid Ron Zalma, peerless production person. Welcome aboard, troops! Just a reminder, be careful making all those left-hand turns. We want to see you all in 30, and bring your friends. The all-new Fantastic Four is here. The boldest, most exciting animated action series on the smash hit of the season. Co-produced by Marvel, it's made Saturday mornings on NBC, the place to be. Enough said. You've got Mr. Fantastic, The Thing, The Invisible Woman, and all-new Herbie the Robot. But no Human Torch? Hi, Hatchling. Hello, Slipmad. Hello. Herb Galactus is technically unbeatable then? Yeah, I think he is. Alright, time for the Star Words. My favorite part of the issues. Dear Arch, have you gone crazy? Killing Solo? There goes Jabba the Hutt. Without our master pilot, how will Luke, Leia, Chewbacca, and the droids get out of this mess? The continuation of the plot depends on getting Solo back, so get him back somehow, will ya? Joe Kohler, 2963 East Covina, Mesa, Arizona? No, that's not Arizona. Arkansas. Mesa, Arkansas. Archie, this is how Star Wars should be. Things have improved since my first letter, especially since Darth Vader has returned. I don't think Han Solo is really dead. Mike Sopp, 438 West 32nd Street, Erie, Pennsylvania. As you no doubt already know from reading Star Wars number 23, you're right, Mike, which is probably fortunate for us. As one of the above letters hint, Han Solo isn't without friends. In fact, judging by the large number of complaints about the apparent demise of the Millennium Falcon's skipper, we're beginning to wonder if perhaps there wasn't a colony of Corellians hiding somewhere here on Earth. Sorry, gang, we didn't really mean to upset anyone. Dear Mr. Goodwin, I just picked up my copy of Star Wars number 22, and I find myself enjoying your rendition of George Lucas's universe a great deal. Please keep expanding on your stories with more characters and locations. Although I find a bit of difficulty with the Don Quixote character in the earlier issues, the later characters such as Greyshade are very interesting. One thing I wanted to mention, on the letters page, you mentioned further involvement with Tag. I have no objections to his reappearance. I find the idea that he left the Death Star before it blew up quite plausible. But it was not Tag who was humiliated by Vader. Friends and I have argued about this point, and since I'm planning to write a fan story about the Imperial that Vader strangled, it's always nice to have internal dissension, especially in groups like the Empire's Finest, I went to the script to straighten out the confusion. Although the script itself and the lines deleted from the movie appears to be mixed up in the personalities of Tag and Madi, it is definitely Madi who bears Vader's displeasure. One can further cross-check who is who by looking to the scene where Leia is brought to Tarkin in the Death Star control room. By the script, the Imperial officer with Tarkin is identified as Madi, and visually he is the same man who is strangled. I've enclosed a transcription of the scenes referred to. The only reason for bringing this up is typical fanish obsession with details and an interest in avoiding future confusions. I hope you don't mind. Maggie Nowakowska, 717 Belmont East, 202 Seattle, Washington. Not at all, Maggie. In fact, you may have saved us from creating another Star Wars contradiction. Generally, we use the novelization of Star Wars as a reference point since it's the printed version most people are familiar with. Not that many have access to a copy of the script. In that version, Tag is on the receiving end of Darth Vader's demonstration of the Force. Your letter sent us scrambling to our own version of the scene, written by Roy Thomas prior to the novel's appearance. Sure enough, it's right there in Star Wars number 1, the way you described in the scene. Luckily, Archie's plans for the Tag family opened last issue and this issue with a different member of the clan. Thanks for jogging us into checking, Miss Nowakowska. Dear Spaced Out Armadillos, you have the honor, of being the recipient of my first letter to Marvel. You achieved this honor because I'd like to express my appreciation of what Mighty Marvel has done with Star Wars. I am a certified Star Warrior. No, I don't run around with handsome ex-farm boys, even handsomer star pilots, or 8-foot walking carpets, but I can dream, can't I? I saw the movie 18 times and have a bedroom and a school locker full of Star Wars paraphernalia. 4 of my 5 cats are named after Star Wars characters, and I beat a path to the store every Thursday and Saturday to see if the new Star Wars comic has arrived. What can I say? The artwork is stunning. The plot's like something George Lucas would write himself. The characters, out of this world. Groan. But, yes, I have my complaints. Not major, except for one. But upon reading how the fans are the true editors of Marvel, I thought I'd share some of my ideas and opinions. 1. The plots up till now have been great, but a little cluttered. I still can't make sense of your wheel epic. Why not experiment a little more? How about a fill-in comedy? Nothing too hilarious, maybe just a light, charming little piece. There hasn't been much of the humor that helped to make Star Wars famous. Also, more characterization, and please don't forget the human side of war. Up until now, we've had epic confrontations that must have torn the galaxy apart. Face it, all the plots so far have been epic. But if I had to pick my favorite issue, it would be Chris Claremont's terrific fill-in, number 17. I think I agree with that, actually. Number 17 was fantastic. I would really love to see more Chris Claremont scripts. But, you know, that guy's great, so. No battles in space, no flashy pyrotechnics, just a good old down-to-earth Tatooine story. 2. I do not like the way Luke Skywalker is being handled. Instead of a basically idealistic, fearless Jedi hopeful, we get Tatooine's answer to Captain America. How did this farm boy suddenly learn sophisticated battle tactics as in issue number 22, page 16? I realize the rebellion, as well as the death of his loved ones, may have hardened and matured him some, but come on, guys, keep it credible. This is one of the reasons I did not care for Splinter of the Mind's Eye. We saw a totally different Luke, cool, closed-mouthed, and almost cynical. He may be aging, but not that quickly. It would also be nice if he showed his feelings toward the princess in a different light. Perhaps a few tender words instead of the usual gung-ho damsel saving, which is quite unnecessary, as the good Princess Leia can take care of herself, thank you. 3. Where is Han Solo's cheerfulness and good humor? And for that matter, where is everybody else's? I can't seem to sense any sort of camaraderie. Sure, they run around together, offing the Empire, but I guess what I'm trying to say is, yes, more characterization. What you've had up until now has been terrific and greatly appreciated. In closing, I'd like to thank you for being receptive to my ideas and for the best entertainment I've had in a long time. For I finally discovered why Star Wars and Marvel Comics go hand in hand. They're both fun. Chris Scott, 1328 Scarth Street, Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada. Appreciate the criticism, Chris, even if space limitation forced us to edit you a bit. Now that you've written your first letter, we're looking forward to a lot more, and we're looking forward to seeing all of you at this same spot in about 30 days. Shh! Don't let Lois Lane find out you're a friend of Superman. This person clearly never heard of plot armor for why Luke's develops so fast for skill. Well, this is 1979. She's so snoopy, she'll want to know where you got that neat supermobile. Don't tell her it's from Corgi. See, we wanted to make these cars just the right size, and it's just the right price for you. So you can stick them in your pocket and take the fun wherever you go. Neat, huh? Corgi. A 23rd Century Odyssey now. Star Trek, the motion picture. Paramount Pictures presents a Robert Wise film, a Gene Roddenberry production, Star Trek, the motion picture, starring William Shatner, Leonard Nimoy, DeForest Kelley, also starring Persis Khambatta, co-starring James Doohan, George Takei, Majel Barrett, Walter Koenig, Nichelle Nichols, and Stephen Collins as Decker. Screenplay by Gene Roddenberry and Harold Livingston. Produced by Gene Roddenberry. Directed by Robert Wise. A Paramount picture. Coming this Christmas to a theater near you. Man, I would love to see Star Trek the motion picture in a theater. That'd be so freaking fun. Man. Oh, there's a piece of tape stuck to this. That's weird. Can I get that off? There we go. It's an old piece of tape that got left on there somehow. There we go. A little bit of residue still on there, but... Alright. Well, all mad, it says this Christmas, you can still go! Yeah. Just gotta go back to 1979. Alright, well that was Star Wars issue number 6. What do you guys think of it? Was it a good one? Thumbs up? I think my favorite so far would be the Chris Claremont issue from issue number 17 and issue number 24 with had Obi-Wan back in the Old Republic. I think those two are probably still my favorite, but yeah, it's not bad, not bad. I like that one, this issue. I like that gas storm corridor. Yeah, that was kind of cool. I just got here at the end, so read it again so I can tell you what I think. Yeah. Alright, next week we are going to be number 27. but we'll leave that for next week. For now, here's Marvel 2-in-1, number 8. Marvel 2-in-1, what? Okay, so Marvel often had these like kind of weird series that had a weird name or something, and it's focused on a particular character or whatever. Like Marvel Team Up, you'd think would be more like just different Marvel characters teaming up, but primarily it was Spider-Man teaming up with various Marvel characters. There were some times when you would have a Marvel team up that didn't involve Spider-Man, but almost all the time it was Spider-Man teaming up with someone. This is a similar thing. Marvel 2-in-1, it was always the Thing. This is like the Thing's side comic where he teams up with other characters. But this is the next one in our I don't know, next like chronologically released Ghost Rider comic. So, yeah. This would be his next appearance here. So let's pull this little guy out. The tape's kind of making me nervous, but there we go. There we go. Alright. Just be careful. Oof. Yeah, that's some sticky tape. Jeez. Yeah, I'm probably going to peel that tape off. But maybe I'll just put this in another bag. But anyway, sorry, it's upside down. There we go. So yeah, Marvel 2-in-1 presents The Thing and Ghost Rider. Silent Night, Deadly Night. All team-ups would seem random for some reason. To me, The Thing plus Ghost Rider just seems weird somehow. Might just be the art of him flying around hanging onto the back of the bike. Yeah, maybe. Easily the most offbeat holiday extravaganza of all. Sounds in really nice condition. Like really, really clean. Really clean. You gotta be careful. Alright. Don't be half a man. Charles Atlas. Okay, here we go. Let's do a zoom in. Stan Lee presents The Thing and Ghost Rider together. Steve Gerber, writer. Sal Buscema and Mike Esposito as artists. Charlotte Jeter as letterer. And George Rousseau as colorist. Len Wein as editor. Evening on a lonely highway in the Arizona desert. A solitary cyclist races toward nowhere in particular. His thoughts occupied with small matters like the pothole just ahead and the meaning of his existence. He is Johnny Blaze, the Ghost Rider, and he has recently won his most desperate battle, wrested back his soul from the clutches of Satan. Now he must decide what to do with his newly re-earned freedom. So he has been searching for a sign, an omen, any clue to what course his life must follow. And now on the road before him, he finds the most unexpected portent of all, especially so on this night. Silent night, deadly night. Camels! We got camels! Look at that, camels! We got camels. Christmas Eve, 1974. So startled, almost didn't brake in time, going into a skid. Scream! Marvel 2-in-1. Published by Marvel Comics. Volume 1, issue number 8, March 1975. Camels. We got camels. Camels. Yeah. Gosh, that makes me want to ride a camel again. I really want to ride a camel again. I love the camels. Too amazed to speak, Ghost Rider watches dumbly, sprawled on the two-lane blacktop as one of the mysterious trio dismounts and races to his aid. Are you all right, my friend? 'Twas a frightening fall you took. Are you hurt? Only in the mind, I think. What is this? Who are you three? Your clothing, the camels. What gives here? We might as well ask the same of you, Flame-Scald One. Are you a demon sent to stray us from our course? I'm as human as you seem to be, old-timer. But suppose you tell me what course? Cast your eyes heavenward, my friend. We three kings are following yonder star, seeking the child of the prophecy. Kings? Star? Child? Prophecy? Once again, Johnny Blaze is struck, speechless. Why not join us on our pilgrimage? The myrrh and frankincense we bear are surely gifts enough for four to give, even unto this tender infant. Thanks for the invite, but I don't think your ships of the desert can keep up with what I'm riding, and I'm a mite too impatient to lope along with you fellers, so catch you later! Oh, the camels. Oh, I want more camels. I want more camels! Cut to the roof of the world's second most famous skyscraper, New York's Baxter Building, headquarters of the famous Fantastic Four. Even on Christmas Eve, for crying out loud, even on Christmas Eve. I don't know what kind of voice to give the thing. No clue. Sometimes, Stretch, I think work is your hobby. Ben, please be careful. That's a precision instrument you're carrying. The lens arrangement is easily upset. He was there for a birth of Christ? I guess so. Does that mean you got to meet the Santa Maria? Newsflash, Stretch! Your super-duper telescope ain't the only thing getting upset around here. It's Christmas, Reed. Susie's having a party downstairs. Your little son is waiting for his daddy. And then it was just like, see you later. Easy. Let it slide onto the mountings. Don't force it. Blast it, Reed. Didn't you hear a word I said? You told me yourself. Observatories all over the country are watching that sparkler. Why do you have to? Because this telescope is unlike any other, Ben. Its special modifications. Hang 'em! Ben, you can't expect me to ignore a celestial event of this importance. Christmas Eve, a new star in the heavens. Doesn't that ring any bells with you? Yeah, it reminds me that 2,000 years ago a kid was born. Who'd want you to spend tonight with your loving family? But Reed Richards makes no reply. His full attention is already focused on the new light in the firmament, and so a grumbling Benjamin Grimm departs by elevator for the Fantastic Four's living quarters below. Cripes, he just don't know when to quit. That star gives me the creeps, too, but gawking at it all night ain't gonna help nothing. Ben, you're back just in time. Yeah? Now what's wrong? Put yourself in the center of the action. Earn $2, $5, or $10 or more every week of the year, plus free prizes regularly. Sell Grit. The 3 big drafts kits given to you when you train at home with us for a high-pay job in drafting. Unarmed combat fighting. Secrets of Oriental fighting. Over 200 pictures make it easy for you. Include judo, karate, jujitsu, atewaza, aikido, yaozara, savate, nerve centers, pressure points. Yeah. Horror record, 95 cents. Star Trek Lives, Star Trek Spaceships. Playboy decals, only $1.19. Alright. Yeah, I read most of these. But in spite of himself, Ben's bad temper mellows when he realizes the greeting comes from blind Alicia Masters. Nothing's wrong, Ben. We're all ready to light the tree. I didn't think you'd want to miss that. Lady, you're too much. I'll never figure how you can get so excited about something you can't even see. I don't have to see it to enjoy it, Ben. It's like my sculpturing. I feel it. I get a sort of tingle from the joy the rest of you experience. Come on, everyone's in the living room waiting for us. The living room, under the mistletoe. Johnny Storm, the Human Torch, receives a Yuletide kiss from Medusa, the Inhuman with the living tresses. Namorita, cousin of the Submariner, supervises the children, young Franklin Richards and Wundar, the 22-year-old orphan from outer space with the mind of an infant. Reed says to go ahead without him. He's too busy stargazing. Shh, Ben, don't. And Susan Richards, the invisible girl, ladles out eggnog for Annie Christopher, Nita's roommate and closest friend. Yes, here in the Baxter Building, as in homes across the nation, it's just a typical American Christmas. Oh well, if that's the way he wants it, let's get this show on the road, Nita. Hit the lights. No sooner said than done, hot stuff. What's step 2? Click. Now I pull out this handy-dandy transmitter Reed gave me. Reed decorated the tree himself this year. Said it was a surprise, that all I had to do was warm up this heat-activated device, point it at the tree, and the tree would do the rest. Zippiz! Foom! Whiz! Merry Christmas! It looks more like the 4th of July than Christmas. I would have thought Reed more subtle than this. That's the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. I mean, that is really bizarre. Bizarre? Ha! I don't believe it. Stretcho must have got so into designing the electronics for the tree lights. Ha! He couldn't stop till every blamed branch was wired up. And I thought he, didn't have no Christmas spirit. Wah, ha, ha, ha. Ben, are you alright? Indian and Lincoln cents by the pound, dated from the 1880s up to World War II. Sacks and sacks of cents have been accumulating in my coin vaults for many years. I can't spend weeks or months cataloging, grading, and pricing thousands and thousands individually, so I'm going to sell them by the pound. 1 pound, $11. Sample sack, $3. Please add $1 per pound for postage and handling. Satisfaction guaranteed. Now you can use isokinetics. New breakthrough in muscle building. Scientific test proves isokinetics 166% better than weights, 390% better than isometrics for putting muscle on you. Formula One, sleek and shapely, gorgeous monsters of power. Formula One, international racing elite class. They're authentic, incredibly so, and they're winners. Corgi makes them. Sure, Ben gasped between guffaws. Just give me about 3 days to stop laughing, and I'll be as good as new. Meanwhile, some 2,000 miles west of the Big Apple, Ghost Rider plows through the desert sands and up a rocky slope toward a goal yet unknown. Star seems to point to a spot just over this ridge. Better start slowing. Oh no. Reckon I should have expected this. Maybe I would have if I'd believed those 3 camel jockeys. You want the bottom middle one? Okay, let's take a look. Bottom middle one? Which one? That one or that one? 153 Surtees TS9B? Or the 152 Ferrari 312B2? So much for the mirage theory. It's real. Every detail. Building, clothing. Whoa. JB, one thing isn't right here. The people, they're not Semitic types at all. They seem to be American Indians. Okay, so there's more to this than meets the eye. As if there weren't enough to worry about already. It's a local inn. Maybe I can get some information here, but I'm not holding my breath. Slowly, the heavy wooden door creaks open. The face of the glassy-eyed innkeeper is hauntingly familiar one to us, if not to Johnny Blaze, and his words are equally so. The inn is full. You will have to seek lodging elsewhere. Slam. Goat Inn. Can't say that came as a surprise. The only thing left is to check the stable and see. Yeah, there's a light on. Someone's inside. I'm almost afraid to look, but I can't turn back now. Trembling, Ghost Rider peers inside and finds a proud Indian couple and their baby, wrapped in swaddling clothes, lying in a manger. And then, "Halt! I forbid you to enter that place!" "What? Who?" "I am the creator. The child is mine. I made him. And you have no business here. I order you to depart at once." "Mister, what's happening here is the whole world's business, and I'm not leaving till I get some answers." What is going on here? This is bizarre. "The nuttiest, most fantastic offer ever. 100 decals free. Go stick crazy. You only pay postage and handling." Wow. "Be taller. Be a veterinary assistant. Preserve objects in plastic for fun and profit." Right. "I'm sick and tired of my job." "Don't forget, dear, we've got a date for the movies with Jim and Helen tonight." "Ah, honey, I'm bushed that lousy job of mine." "Please, dear, besides, we don't get out that often." "Oh, all right." "Say, Jim and Helen have a nice place here. Wonder where he gets the money." "Oh, Jim is in electronics now." "You seem mighty happy in electronics, Jim. Level with me. How'd you break in?" "Easier than you might think. With CIE training, I learned everything I needed right at home in my spare time." "How about you? Want a great job in electronics, too? Get full facts and CIE's 2 free books. And coupon now." "I am the answer. I am all answers. And you will depart." "Begone!" cries the mystery man, and suddenly Ghost Rider is borne aloft on a whirlwind. Swirling, twisting, screaming, the cyclone hurtles him up and away from the ancient city, and deposits him back atop the ridge from whence he came. This is crazy. Nobody can do what he just did. But even before Ghost Rider can get to his feet, another surprise. The Skull Cycle. Cleong! It's built to withstand an impact like that, but I'm not. Lord, that was close. But I'm even more baffled than ever. But so help me, I am going to get to the bottom of this madness. I have to, for the sake of my sanity. And maybe my soul as well. And on that meditative note, we take leave of Johnny Blaze. And return to the ever-loving blue-eyed thing, still convulsed with laughter. "Reed! Ha ha ha! It's about time you got here. We just saw your tree. Come on in, you..." "Can't, Ben. Not now. I've hit on something important." Puzzled, Ben follows the grim-visaged Mr. Fantastic into the map room. "Reed, that ain't a star chart. It's a map of the US of A. I think you've been working too hard." Coordinates check out, just as I feared. You see, the star actually does point to a specific geographical area here in Arizona. And that spot, Ben, is the location of the Cunahoty Indian Reservation. Huh? Wyatt Wingfoot's tribe? I don't get it. Nor do I, and that's precisely why I want you to help me prep the pogo plane for takeoff. Gonna fly out there, huh? Well, guess again, rubber nose, you ain't going nowhere except to Susie's Christmas party. I'll fly the plane out to Arizona. You're staying here with your wife and kid. Blast it, if I gotta take your blasted bot of in knots to keep you from following. You read me, Stretcho? Yes, I do. There's no way you can be swayed, is there? So I suppose all I can say is thank you, old friend. I wanted this Christmas at home. More than that, I really do need it. I told you, Reed. You've been working too hard. You gotta let up sometime. Now go on. Beat it. Let me get going before you start bawling on my shoulder. Minutes later, the 5-story tower of the Baxter Building shudders with the roar of jet engines as the Fantastic Four's Pogo Orbit plane lifts off. With a strangely pensive Ben Grimm at the controls. Funny. The longer I look at the star, the more it spooks me. Up to now, I've been treating this pretty much like a joke. Now zooming toward the punchline at Mach 4, I ain't so blamed sure. But 'twas ever thus with miracles. More than wonder, they tend to inspire fear. Though this time, that trepidation may be justified. Arizona, barely an hour later. A jet plane, and it looks as if it's coming in here for a landing. Is it part of the insanity, or another curious passerby? Well, where's the reservation? All I see is an old movie set from King of... Ah, no, it can't be. Wait, some kind of flare burning on that ridge. And maybe whoever lit it can tell me what goes on here. Hey, thank you for the follow, 73 Raul. Thank you, appreciate it. Moments later, on the ground, Ben approaches the flare he spotted from above. Your head? Of all the nutty, you're that junior grade level Knievel. Junior grade evil Knievel. Ain't ya Johnny Blaze? I've seen ads for your cycle show in the papers. That was some time ago, Mr. Grimm. In the next several minutes, stories are recounted, notes compared, theories exchanged, and most importantly, mutual suspicions are banished. Almost. Why I'm here and why I can't remove the skull helmet are personal matters, Mr. Grimm. You have my word, none of this is my doing. I suppose what you wear and where you go are your own business. Besides, we got a bigger problem on our hands. We got to figure a way to get into that town without being seen. From what you told me, if there is an answer, it's down there. I believe, Mr. Grimm, that the solution to our problem has just caught up with me. The camels! The camels are back. Wait, ain't those the three... What are you gonna do? Stir up a ruckus, Mr. Grimm. Watch. My friend, what? A simple circle of fire around them ought to do the job. Flash! Hold! The poor camels, they're freaking out. I am an avenging angel who wields the flame of righteousness, and I require your aid. Yeah, that sounds good. Camels, camels. Moments later, all is calm, all is bright once again, and the eerie journey resumes. Sort of. Sheesh, I've been called a wise guy before, but this is ridiculous. They're dressing up. Down the slope through the winding streets of the city, they ride to the stable. Entering, Ben finds himself, for one of the few times in his life, utterly at a loss for words. Hiya. We brought the kids some, myrrh. Whatever that is. I've done it. The scenario is complete. And I am the power, the answer, the word, the law. Is that the weirdo you met before? That's the one. He's in for a shock. Surprise, Melvin, you blew it. We ain't... You? It ain't possible. Not the Miracle Man. Is that Vincent Price? The accursed thing and the skull-faced intruder. This cannot be. Kind of looks like Vincent Price. Fast track to a cool job. Train at home to be a motorcycle mechanic. If you like to ride a cycle for fun, learn how to fix it for profit. And be a Mighty Marvel salesperson, or maybe just a thrifty true believer. Buy 12 comics for the price of 8. You can order one set or many and sell them to your friends at full cover price, with you keeping the profits. That's right, greedy one. You can get 12 of Marvel's greatest before they hit the stands for only $2. And if you order $10 worth of comics, you get this Peerless poster as a baddie bullpen bonus. So don't delay, Pilgrim. Order today. Marvel poster masterpieces. The Mighty Marvel mail order store is now open for business and is in full swing. Tigers, we're unleashing 6 of the spiffiest, most sensational, most spectacular color posters you've ever seen for the discriminating superhero buff. We've got dynamic renditions of your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, the Incredible Hulk, and Captain America, a living legend of World War II. Then, for enthusiasts of our magazine line, we have full-color posters of 3 of our finest magazine covers, sans copy. You can get the covers of The Deadly Hands of Kung Fu #1, Bruce Lee by Neil Adams. Dracula Lives #3, again by Neil Adams. Or The Savage Sword of Conan #1, once again by Neil Adams. These posters are a giant 24 by 36 inches, and because Stan the Man Lee has heard the word, you can get any of these posters for a mere $2. What's that? You can only afford 5 of our Peerless posters? Fret thee not, you can get 5 posters for $10 and we'll throw in the 6th poster for free. Don't miss out on this fantastic offer. Send your check or money order today. Your posters will arrive in about 8 weeks, Effendi. So just fill out the convenient coupon provided below and then start picking out wall space for these pandemonious poster masterpieces. And Mighty Marvel belt buckles. Each buckle only $4.95, each belt only $4. Own an eye-catching decoupage belt buckle of your favorite superhero, made from the original comic cover. $4.95 each. Also available leather belts, $4 each. Please give waist size. Impossible! Not for the super bodybuilding system. Be better than the best. Be dynamic. Alright, let's continue our story. Don't tell me you know this walking Looney Tune. Oh yeah, he's a pal from way back. And he's even crazier than he looks. Wow, Fantastic Four number 3. Jeez, that is way back. It's like 1961. Hit him! You fools! Do you realize what you've done? You've ruined it all. It had to be perfect. Surely you can't expect me to let you live after this. The Miracle Man's bolts of force strike 2 of the peaceful animals gathered about the child. And suddenly, they are peaceful no more. He turned them into monsters! How? What kind of power does he possess? He is the Miracle Man. He can do anything! Yeesh, they even talk. Figures. He ain't proud, he'll even take a compliment from a bull. That's nothing new. But what I want to know is how I escaped the Chimuzwa, the Silent Ones, the Indian mystics who taught me my skills? Why should I tell you? Who are you to know? I despise you. You are dirt, filth. I hate you. I loathe you. And for that reason, I must tell you. Ha 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 ha. What? Okay, sure. Exposition. Doubtless you recall the last you saw of me. The spirits of the dead Chimuzwa stole me away from this earth in a burst of ethereal light, signaling the end to my dream of immortality. We have taken him away, they told you, that we may cure him, teach him to struggle not so strongly against his own mortality. He must accept the fact of his eventual death as we have, and see it not as an ending, but as a doorway to a different life. And a new beginning. See Fantastic Four issue number 139 for details. I found myself their pupil again, forced to listen to their insipid mouthings about the Creator's life plan, and how it was wrong to seek absolute power, how the living should strive only to serve the Great Spirit. Only one may be absolute in the universe, he who is the earth, the sun, the moon, and the stars. The stars, yes, I remember now. There's no fool like a dead fool, he thought. He thought he'd put me back on the path to enlightenment, when in truth, he'd given me the greatest inspiration of all, shown me the way to become the one who is absolute. I attacked while they slept, overcame them easily. And I gave them substance once again, so they could take part in the drama of my apotheosis, my attainment of godhood. For if I could bend the cosmos to my will, create a star, if my child were hailed as Messiah, then I would be absolute, by definition, correct? Of course. Thus I transformed the Indian reservation into the town wherein we stand, and I placed a bright new star in the heavens, and from the spirit of the fourth Chimunzwa, I created the child, totally immaculately, without father or mother. Oh boy. I think these are all pretty much ads that I've read many times, so I'm just gonna continue. And then you, dull-witted, earthbound lice! You loathsome maggot-brained, dirt-eating worms! You ruined it! Made a shambles of the perfection I'd created. You who should be on your knees, crawling to me, begging to kiss the cloak of your lord and master! You must pay! You must... My powers! What's happened to my power? Well, if there ever was a time to turn on my spook act... Foolish mortal. Did you think me truly helpless before you? I, the flame-skulled angel of death? I have stolen your power, mortal. Shattered your dream, mortal. Made you merely a man again, mortal, mortal, mortal! No, don't call me that. It can't be true. Could be. You just overextended yourself, Pokey. Fam! Even your barnyard friends are losing their grip on us. No! No! Stay back! I warn you. Face it, chum. You ain't got nothing to warn me about no more. You're wrong. I can feel it. My power has returned! Shoom! And if I cannot wield it to create, then I shall destroy! O little town, you shall perish in flames! And with you, the thing, the so-called Angel of Death, and all the Indians, for they are prisoners of my will. They cannot flee unless I allow them to. But I shan't allow it. They deserve to burn! 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 Maddened with rage, the Miracle Man races through the streets, setting fire to all he sees as he makes his escape. And only when he reaches the ridge above the reservation does he pause to look back, to gloat at his defeat turned triumph. While back amid the inferno, what? The monster's vanishing! I'm free! But how? Why? The Miracle Man wouldn't. The heck with it. This is no time to ask questions. Okay, there's the soapbox. We'll get that in a minute. Get out of here, both of you. Take the baby and wait for me outside. Hurry! I've got to figure out how to carry... Ah, you're awakening. Nuts. I should have stayed out for the count. This is worse than the nightmare I was having. Cripes, the whole blasted city's going up in smoke. We got to get the people... herd the people out of... Leave that to me, Mr. Grimm. You go after Miracle Man. And let you face this danger alone? No way. That's just it. I'm in no danger. I can't explain, but I'm certain the flames won't harm me. Okay, pal, if you say so, but you better not be shucking me. Thus, as Ghost Rider races from the house to house, dragging the mesmerized Indians out of their death traps. Next year my time will come again. For now, this is victory enough, even for a Miracle Man. Fella, you're gonna look more like Miracle Margarine when I get done with you. Fool! You should not have warned me of your attack. Or had you forgotten, I could make myself your equal in strength. Yeah, now that you mention it, I did. On the other hand, I just remembered if you can't see, you can't use your powers. So here's a sand in your eye. Don't bother trying to wipe the gunk from your face, MM. I'm about to do it for you, see? It's clobbering time! There it is. There's his catchphrase. Crunch! Happy landings, chum. Alas, we shall never know whether 'twas happy or not, for Miracle Man is unconscious when his body meets the earth. And insentient, he cannot sustain the madness he wrought. The flames flicker and die. The city shimmers in an eerie glow. And in a trice it is gone, replaced by the Indian reservation it had been before. Now, if the Chimuzwas would just come back and pick their star pupil, I could get my tail home. Wonder what party had him playing in this nutty mess where... We are here, Ben Grimm, where you left us when you borrowed our camels. He cast us as wise men, his idea of a joke, no doubt. We shall see to him forever, now and forever. Wait a sec, wasn't there 4 you guys? The 3rd rode with you into the city. He will rejoin us now, and the 4th, his spirit is contained in the child, as the Miracle Man told you. Wait, you mean? Sure enough, back on the reservation. Weird, so the kid was the only one of MM's creations that didn't vanish when he did. Perhaps there is something special about the infant after all. He'll be made a ward of the tribe, Ben, and be well looked after. Sounds good to me, Wyatt. Hey, you cutting out already, Skullface? Got to, Grim. Now that this puzzle is sorted out, I've got some personal questions to wrestle with. Adios, folks. Something troubling you, Ben? I don't know. I can't figure why Miracle Man's blast didn't work on Blaze. And how come he was so sure the fire couldn't hurt him? I know what Grim was wondering, but even I don't know the real answer. Mere days ago, my life and soul were saved by a mysterious friend in Ghost Rider number 9. Did he help me tonight? Or was it Satan, acting in the knowledge that if I were killed while doing good, my soul would be lost to him forever? But either way, I'm alive, and it's Christmas! Perhaps the most important Christmas the century will ever know. Next, Kung Fu action as you've never seen it before, and may never want to again, is one of the most requested team-up sagas of all. Join us 60 days from now and witness The Thing and Iron Fist together in Marvel 2-in-1, number 9. Alright. Memos and meanderings from your mighty muddled merrymakers. Stan Lee's Soapbox. Holiday greetings right from the heart to our wondrous scripters who make writing an art, to our painstaking pencilers breathing life to each tale, and our illustrious inkers, be they female or male. To our editors, letterers, production folks too, colorist, proofreaders, both the old and the new. But heading the list is our top superhero, so greetings to you, chum. Without you, we're zero. Greetings as well to the fabulous folk at Children's Television Workshop who helped us make comic book history with the widely acclaimed Spidey Super Stories, and to the great guys and gals at Simon & Schuster who have made national bestsellers of our crazy and colorful Marvel calendar, as well as our sellout sensation, The Origins of Marvel Comics, and the season's best from all of us here in the bullpen to our talented engravers, printers, distributors, and licensees, to all the true believers everywhere who made the Marvel Age of Comics an era of fun, fantasy, and fellowship that will long outlast these fleeting words. Excelsior. So I just learned Game Boy had a game or something that was a translator for French and one for Spanish and a travel guide. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I have a Japanese dictionary. It's like a Japanese to English dictionary. For the Nintendo DS. I used to use that to translate stuff back in the day. Oops, hold it! This is still Starry-Eyed Stan yakking on. I almost forgot to bring you up to date on the new cataclysmic changes in our editorial lineup. Effective immediately, I'm proud to announce the appointment of Lively Len Weijin as executive editor of Mighty Marvel's greater than ever group of color comics. While with equal pride, I hereby acclaim Marvelous Marv Wolfman as executive editor of Marvel's sensational series of black and white story panel magazines. And even before our heads can stop reeling from this cataclysmic communique, let me add that Len and Marv will be assiduously assisted by their newly appointed managing editors, Marvel's own cheerful Chris Claremont and dauntless Don McGregor. As for Roy the Boy Thomas, remember when I first called you that, Roy Thomas? Was it 7 or 8 years ago? The rascally one is now basking in the title of editor emeritus as he returns to his first love, scripting, wherein he plans to produce more majestic masterworks than ever for Marveldom Assembled. And now, take it away, Lively Len, and the rest of the Batty Bullpen. As if Smilin' Stan's loquacious comments above haven't confused you enough already, let us be the first to add that Len and Chris and Marv and Don will be bravely backed up by yet another two stalwarts, sparkling Scott Edelman, former associate editor on our ever-burgeoning line of blockbustin' British weeklies, has shambled several doors over to become the latest, easily the largest assistant editor our cavortin color comics line has ever seen, while Dave the Dude Kraft has assumed the title, not to mention the diligent duties, of articles editor for our bombastic black and white magazine. Welcome aboard the Mighty Marvel Ark, illustrious ones, and know ye that your efforts on behalf of Marveldom Assembled shall be applauded by all. Now, if we could only figure out some way to pay you guys something every once in a while. Item, if you think you need a scorecard to keep track of your Batty Bullpen's moves around the office, you need a whole blamed computer to keep tabs on their various movings about in the wondrous world outside the past few months. To wit, the aforementioned dauntless Don McGregor packed up his stunning wife Sandy, their durable daughter Lauren, not to mention the world's largest collection of Robert Culp publicity stills and trucks from the wilds of the Bronx into the heart of darkest Queens. Just very few blocks away from a certain malevolent couple named Wolfman and a gentleman dude called Kraft. Meanwhile, Steve Baby Gerber carried himself and his belongings from the mythical borough of Brooklyn right into the shadow-strewn midtown Manhattan. Brave man, that Gerber, while still finding time to turn out a frankly informative article on comics as a visual storytelling medium for the film-focused magazine Super 8 Filmmaker. Oh, that sounds interesting. Super 8 Filmmaker. Okay. It's like a magazine on filming in Super 8. Huh. I'll have to see if I can hunt down some of those. Back on the moving scene, dynamic Dave Cockrum and family moved across overcrowded Queens. Iridescent Irene Vartanoff trekked across beleaguered Brooklyn, and in that rank as one of the shortest moves on record. Mary Jerry and cavortin Carla Conway, the hottest new writing team since Astaire and Rogers, that's Ginger, not Steve, schlepped their twin typewriters and their pandemonious paperback collection a whole 10 blocks from their former digs. Let's hear it for braving new frontiers, folks. If we had room, we might also be tempted to mention that rich swashbuckler gathered wife, son, and drawing board and journeyed back to his native Detroit, while dapper Dan Adkins pulled up stakes and fled East Liverpool, Ohio, for the fresh air and cactus of Arizona. But we don't have room, so we won't. Looks like it's cataclysmic clarification time again, Pilgrim. Seems your beleaguered bullpen has been bombarded lately by letters wondering why one or two of our mildly magnificent color mags hasn't carried the mighty Marvel value stamps we've been telling you so much about. So now's as good a time as any to set the record straight. If you're eagerly looking for our vital value stamps each and every month, and if you're not, you don't know the adventure you're missing, you'll find them on the Lilton letters page of any and all our Marvel mags that have letters pages. The reasons behind excluding the MVSs from non-letter page mags is far too complicated to go into here, but trust us when we say it's a condition we just can't avoid right now. In the meantime, keep your eagle eyes peeled for the startling second series of value stamps coming to you soon. Believe us, if you thought the first series was enough to knock you off your proverbial tree, the second'll floor ya. Second set'll floor ya. The Mighty Marvel Comic-Con. 4 words that spell a world of excitement. In person, your favorite Marvel superheroes. In person, Stan the Man Lee himself. In person, the whole Blaine Batty bullpen. The date to remember is March 21st to 24th, 1975. For more information, write Mighty Marvel Comic-Con. CO Phil Suling, Box 177, Coney Island Station, Brooklyn, New York, 11224. Whew. Alright. Very, very nice condition, this one. Alright, what do you guys think of that issue? Is it a good one? It was weird. It was definitely weird. Alright, I'm going to peel you off. Let's just do this. So we got there. It was a strange one for sure. Alright, well, I think I'm going to end it here. I usually like to do 3 issues, but I kind of want to go outside and set up that tent, and might have to run to a store and see if I can get some s'mores or something, because I kind of want to do my camp thing today. Alright, I've been planning to go camp in the backyard. So I'm gonna try to get that ready. Heck yeah, camp night. Yeah, see if I can put things together, and it's almost 6 o'clock, I think. So yeah, I'm gonna go work on that. Yeah, thanks for hanging out, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's comic book club. For a couple pretty fun issues. Next week we will have Star Wars issue number, I was going to say 17, but it's actually issue 27. And, oh gosh, where is it? Is it that one? I think it was this one. Yeah, I think issue number 12 of Ghost Rider. So this will be next week. Yeah. He's finally gonna go camping. Enjoy. Thanks for stream. Thanks for stream. All right. Have a good night, everybody. Let's see. Maybe if we can find someone to raid. Perhaps. I don't know. Remember, snacks, drinks, and the other things you might want to barbecue or eat. All right. I want to see if I can. I don't know if I have like a battery-powered radio or something. That'd be kind of cool, so I could listen to something while I'm out there. I kind of want to do it without the cell phone. Doji? Oh, is Dojimbo on? Well, let's go see. Let's see who's live. Let's see. Retro Brew doing console repairs. Ultima CJ's doing I have no idea. Kodathan, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Stressless Buddha is doing Call of Duty. Kid Glove is playing Gunbrella. Dojimbo is doing Super Mario Sunshine. Okay. Yeah, sure, we could raid Dojimbo. Sure. Why not? Why not? That'd be good if you have one. I'll see if I can find one. I'm not sure. Alrighty. Have a good night, everybody. Today's Sunday, so yeah, have a good Monday tomorrow. I may be possibly changing up my stream schedule sometime in the future. I'm not entirely sure how it's going to look, but I do kind of need to adjust it so I have more time to actually do work. Because a lot of my stream has been taking up my time, and I'm falling really behind on pricing stuff and getting things in the antique mall. So I don't know. I may have to adjust things a bit. But yeah. Still planning on streaming tomorrow, probably. But yeah, just let you know that I might have to change things up sometime soon. But yeah. All right, thank you for hanging out, everybody. Have a good night, and yeah, say hi to Dojimbo. Bye-bye.